person and every company affects the environment in some way. For this reason, we all need to contend to environmental regulations. This can seem like a burden, but would you want to go back to a time before pollution was regulated? Being aware of the negative impacts we have on the environment will help improve water, land, and air quality for next generations. During today's training, we will cover basic information that will surely open up discussions for us to dive into details. We are moving towards a recycling program at all locations. Today's goal is to raise your awareness level, and more training will come soon. Let's look at some of our operational procedures that pose environmental risk.
We use forklifts at all of our locations. This means we are burning propane gas or using electric batteries that will eventually be disposed of. Although propane is listed on the Clean Air Act as an approved clean energy by not contaminating air, water, or soil resources, we should still be aware that it does emit a low level of carbon dioxide. Always turn off the forklift when not in use, and work with your forklift vendor to dispose of electric batteries safely. We occasionally use spray paint or other aerosol cans in our operations. Aerosols are considered a form of classified or hazardous waste. This means that we should proceed with caution when disposing of aerosol cans. Aerosol cans that are full or partially full must be dropped off at a hazardous waste location. Empty cans can be recycled. Never puncture or crush a can. This can be very dangerous.
Our biggest threat is lubricants spilled on the ground, which could be carried away by rain, onto soil, or into stormwater drains. It is so important to follow proper procedures when filling containers, transport vehicles, or even offloading tankers or rail cars. Make sure to always fill or offload in a containment area. Have you checked your warehouse or delivery vehicle spill kit lately? Is it stocked and easily accessible? Many of us know how fast oil can spread, and seconds do count when a spill occurs. Let's be prepared. It is also important to check hose integrity. Make sure to visually inspect before using and look for signs of cracks, peeling, worn, or otherwise damaged outer coverings. Make sure to report any defective equipment to your supervisor. Checking connections is equally as important. Look for broken, missing, or damaged parts. It is up to all of us to make sure that we have an ample supply of absorbent socks, spill pads, floor dry, etc. We do not inventory these items, so make sure to check supplies daily and let your supervisor know when we're getting low and when we need to reorder. Please do not wait until we are out before you let anyone know.
Oil that leaks from our vehicles onto the roads and driveways is washed into storm drains. Then it usually flows directly into a stream or lake. The oil from just one oil change can pollute 1 million gallons of water. That's a very scary statistic, knowing how many gallons of products we handle every day. What's even more scary is knowing that oil that sinks into the ground, even a relatively small amount, can maintain in soil for decades, typically 20 to 30 years. If you have a spill, clean it up immediately. Always remember to put oily rags in your red metal containers for our vendors to pick up and properly clean. If you have an oily rag that is seeping oil, put the rag on a grate over a marked container, such as a Rubbermaid type tote, and let the oil drip into the container. Then put your rag into the oily waste red can. Floor dry that is not heavily soaked in oil is not considered hazardous waste and can be disposed of in your dumpster. Floor dry that is heavily soaked in lubricants should be placed in a marked container and properly disposed of.
In addition to the bigger items like spills, we need to consider the everyday items as well. So, for example, do you use a mop and mop bucket on oily surfaces? If yes, where do you dump the water? Down the drain, on the ground? Mop water that may have an oily substance should be placed in a marked oily water tote for proper disposal. Make sure to clean out your mop bucket when you're finished using it. And then also, we should not use a pressure washer on our warehouse floors and let the water drain into a storm drain. What about light bulbs? Light bulbs can contain mercury and other toxins that are harmful to humans. When light bulbs are thrown out and they end up in our landfills, these substances can leach onto the groundwater and end up contaminating drinking water. Did you know that Lowe's and Home Depot are two very easily accessible companies that will dispose of light bulbs at no cost? Yep, it's true. Packaging waste like metal banding, bubble wrap, and cardboard also have a negative impact to the environment. As a company, we have not done a great job at recycling and need to focus on doing our part in 2023 and years to come. With all the trainings we provide, we hope that you take this information home with you. So here's something else for you to ponder. Are you doing your part to protect the environment at home? I know for me personally, I ordered from Amazon over the holiday season, and I really struggled with the number of boxes that they used to ship. I hope that you will consider items such as this to help protect our environment. There are so many things that we can do to protect the environment. Let's take one more minute to raise your awareness level. Help conserve energy by powering down your workstations when not in use. Report any water leaks and remember to not leave water running when not needed. Don't leave debris or chemicals outside exposed to rain or snow. Report any spills or leaks immediately. Repair leaks on vehicles to prevent oil runoff. And keep an open mind and be ready to participate in a recycling program. I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Thank you.